Hello friends, I'm Nashik from blog2.com, and today in this video I'll show you how you can insert these kind of pop-ups on your website. I'm sure you have seen this before because almost all the big websites use these pop-ups for different purposes like GDPR, collecting emails, contact us form, sometimes to promote discount coupons and sometimes to get more subscribers. Whatever the reason is, these pop-ups are really useful and that's why it is used so widely. So today in this video I'll show you how you can insert these pop-ups, and I'll also show you how you can integrate MailChimp with these pop-ups so that we can do email marketing afterwards. So that is what we're gonna learn in this video. Now before proceeding further, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and also click on that bell icon so that you don't miss any future updates. If you find this video helpful, give a thumbs up to this video. If you have any doubt, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can leave them in the comment section below. With that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing that we need to do, we need to install a plugin that will enable us to do all these things. And before proceeding further, let me just tell you one thing, that we need Elementor to do all these things. Okay, so we will be using Elementor. You can use free version of Elementor to all these things, because the plugin that we are going to use is actually an extension for Elementor. It adds different elements, different blocks to Elementor, and we can use them. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. So what you have to do, you have to simply open a new tab, type in blog2.com/CrocoBlock. Okay, so this link is also given in the video description below, so you don't even have to type it. Just click on that link and you should be redirected to this page. So as you can see, this is a new startup kind of thing. You can say CrocoBlock. This is really amazing. Now as you can see, these guys have around 9-10 different blocks or different elements, you can say, or different extensions for Elementor. Now the first one is Jet Elements. We have Jet Menu, Jet Tabs, Jet Blog, Jet Woo Builder, Jet Review. So these things are different add-ons for Elementor, and this will enable us to do different things. For example, this Jet Woo Builder will enable us to create WooCommerce pages, products in a very clean and nice and very stylish way. Okay, so we can do create a really nice and beautiful e-commerce website using Elementor and this Jet Woo Builder. That is really amazing. Now the one that we are going to use in this video is this one, Jet PopUp. This will enable us to integrate and to add different kind of pop-ups on our website, and we can apply many different things on that. So we'll see that thing in the later part of this video. Now if you see over here, when you scroll down, you will see that two different packages over here, annual and lifetime. Now the pricing strategy is really nice. It is fitting for everyone. For example, if you want only for one website, this is the price that you have to pay. If you want for unlimited website, you just have to pay $30 more. I think the pricing is really nice because you get one pro plugin, one pro theme, that is Cover Pro. That is a really nice theme, and you get a lot of things with this. For example, you get all these different plugins, different blocks or elements. What you can see, everything is included in this pack. You also get 30-day money back guarantee, and you get image pack. Now very nice and beautiful professional images are there. You can use those and all these things. You will also get obviously support. If you have any problem, if you face something, you can contact these guys. Okay, so you can just purchase anything. If you want the lifetime plan, you can just purchase this plan. So simply go ahead and purchase it. I have already done that, so I won't be doing that. Let me show you what happens when you purchase any one of those plans. So after that, you have to go to account. Alright, so you'll see something like this. The first thing that we have to do, we have to click on downloads, and we have to download two different plugins from here. Now when you go under plugins, here it is, all the plugins. We have to download this one, Jet Elements. Click on download, and we have to download this one, Jet PopUp. Okay, so we need to download these two plugins. So let me cancel this because I already have these two plugins, but you have to download these two, Jet PopUp and Jet Elements. After you download that, you have to upload this thing on your website. So let me show you how you can do that. So come back to your website, come back to your dashboard, simply hover plugins from the left hand side and click on add new to add a new plugin. Now let's click on upload files because we have a file and we need to upload that. Now choose file. Now select the file that you have just downloaded. So I'm selecting Jet Elements first. So select that, click on open, click on install now. Alright, so the plugin is successfully installed. Now let's activate the plugin. So just click on activate plugin button. Now let me again do the same thing. Click on add new, upload plugin, choose file, and let's choose the second file, the Jet PopUp file. Select this, click on open and click on install now. Now click on activate plugin. Alright, so we have both the plugins with us, and just let me remind you one more time that you need to have Elementor to use these things. Okay, so make sure you have Elementor free version installed so that you can use this. Now when you do so, you'll see at the left hand side you have this Jet PopUp. Let's see what happens when you click on that. Now as you can see, we don't have any pop-up right now. That's why it is saying no post found. But the great thing about this is that it has its own library. Let me show you what that is. When you click on PopUp library under Jet PopUp, let's see what happens. Now as you can see, in this library we have so many professionally pre-built pop-ups for us. We have for different purposes. For example, if there are many different categories over here. If you want a pop-up just for contact us, you can enable this, and you'll see only those pop-ups that are useful for contact us. And if you want only for discount, you can enable this. Now as you can see, you have all the pop-ups that are related to discount. If you want for subscriber, you can enable the subscriber, and you'll see all the pop-ups that are meant for subscribers. So this is really amazing. Now you can simply import the pop-up and you can start doing all these things. You can simply import it and it will start showing on your website. Now before that, let me show you one thing. If you're trying to use a pop-up to get more subscribers, more email address, first obviously you'll have to integrate MailChimp with this plugin. So let's do that first before proceeding further. Okay, so what you can do, you can open a new tab and type in MailChimp.com. Now simply log in. I am already logged in over here, so I'll simply click on dashboard. Alright, now from here you'll have to click on over here under your username and click on profile. Now click on extras and select API keys. Now simply copy the API key from here, click on this, copy it from here, come back, and from here what you have to do, you have to hover Elementor, which is over here, hover Elementor and click on Jet Elements setting, click on that. Now here you will see mailing list manager. Under mailing MailChimp API key, simply paste in the API key that you have copied from here, paste it over here. And after that we have to select the MailChimp list ID. So let me show you where you can find that. So click on list. If you don't already have list created, you can simply click on this create list button and you will have all this list created. Now if you don't know much about MailChimp and email marketing, you can go to YouTube, type in Nayashik free email marketing or Nayashik MailChimp. You'll get a video, watch that video, that is 1 hour long, but in that video I have explained everything about free email marketing, how you can do free email marketing. That is a really amazing video. So if you don't know much about MailChimp or email marketing, go ahead and watch that video. That would be really helpful. Now as you can see, I already have so many different lists over here, so I'm gonna select this one, list 2. I'll click on over here and I'll select this thing, settings. Now scroll down and at the bottom you'll see unique ID for list 2. Copy this from here and paste it under MailChimp list ID and click on save. So this will successfully integrate MailChimp with Jet Elements. Alright. Now we can start creating our pop-ups. So let me click on PopUp, Jet PopUp. In fact, let me hover Jet PopUps and click on PopUp Library. I'm going to show you both the ways. I'm going to show you how you can simply import a pop-up, and I'm also going to show you how you can create your own pop-up manually from scratch. Okay, so first we'll see how we can import a pop-up. So I want this pop-up for subscribe, so I'll enable subscribe, and maybe I like this one, so I'll select this one. Okay, confetti subscribe pop-up. click on add. Now if you want to see how this looks, you can simply click on this I button and you'll see how it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks. So before proceeding further, before editing this thing, you can see how this looks. Okay, so I think this looks good. I am going to click on add and click on yes. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have this pop-up over here. Now we can do some changes. Suppose if you want to change the background color first of all, and maybe this color does not match my website color. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll simply click on this edit button, this column button, go to style and change this color. So maybe instead of this pink type of color, I want blue. So I'll select blue color from here. Now as you can see, the color changes completely. Alright. Now because the background color is light, I might change, I might want to change these text color, because white color on light background color does not look that good. So what I'll do, I'll click on this newsletter thing, and obviously instead of newsletter, if I want to say something else, I can simply type it over here. For example, Naya Sheikh. Now as you can see, that text is changed, and if I want to change the style, I'll simply click on style. I'll go to style color. I'll select this dark blue color. Now as you can see, this looks much better. Now same thing for this this text, subscribe and get discount. I'll select that, go to style, and I'll select this thing, first part, and select that first part, go to color, and you can make it some black type of color. Okay, so this is how easy it is. If you want to change this text color, this input color, you can simply go over here, and first of all you have this get text, and under this you have this text over here. Now what I can do is I can go to settings and I can redirect this. Now what does this mean? Whenever someone puts in their email address and click on get, they will be redirected to some different page. Now suppose I have a thank you page, so I can simply type in thank you over here. I can paste in the page URL over here and they will be redirected to that page. Okay, you can simply type in the name of that page, you will get the option over here. So that is really a great thing. So simply put in the website, the page URL over here, and once they enter the email address, click on this get button, they will be redirected to that page. Now if you want to use MailChimp, you can simply enable this, use target list ID, and paste in the MailChimp list ID over here if you want some different list ID. So I have already shown you how you can get the list ID. Simply make this thing yes, enter the MailChimp list ID and click on publish. Now once we click on publish, it is not yet done. Still there are a lot of things left over here. Now let me show you a few more things from here. Now suppose for me this looks quite a big pop-up. Now if you hide this panel, now as you can see, this is quite a big pop-up. So I want to increase this, decrease this size. So what I'll do is I'll select this thing. I don't know why my PC is hanging. I'll simply click on this column settings. So once you click on this, you will see this kind of screen over here. I'll go to advanced. Now as you can see, I have 125 pixels top and bottom padding. So I'll decrease this. So I'll make the top padding as 50 and bottom padding as maybe 40. Now as you can see, this is how it is looking. I'll also decrease not the right and left padding, but now what I'll do is I'll simply click on this setting button, go to style. Now as you can see, the width of this is 800. I'll make it 600. Now as you can see, this is looking much better. So I think this pop-up looks quite good. Okay, so you can do these kind of settings and you have your pop-up ready in front of you. Now once you do these settings, what you have to do, you have to go to settings and you have to finalize the settings. Okay, so we have the general settings. So you can change the title if you want. Status is published because we have already published it. Now you can go to settings and you can change the animation. For example, by default it is fade. You can select zoom in. Now as you can see, the animation changes, vertical flip, and we have so many different animations, bounce out. All right. Now if you just want to show this thing once, you can just make it yes. Now go to conditions, and when do you want this pop-up to show? So there are many different options. So first of all, where do you want to show? So I want this to be shown on entire website. So I'll select entire site. Okay. Now go to settings back, and we just missed one setting over here, open event. When do you want this pop-up to show? So maybe when the page loads. So when you select this on page loads, whenever the page loads completely, it will show. Okay, and when you select this thing, page scroll, you have to select percentage. So maybe if I put 50% over here, when the person scrolls to 50% of the page, it will show. Now the best one that I like is this one, try exit. When the person is trying to exit our website, this pop-up will show. Okay, so once you do all the settings, click on update. Now let me do one thing. Let me copy this URL, this website's URL, open a new incognito window, go to this website. Let's see how it looks, whether this thing is working or not. Okay, as you can see, the page is successfully loaded. Let me scroll down, let me scroll up. As you can see, when I do scroll up and down, nothing happens. The pop-up is not showing. Let me open a post. Still the pop-up is not showing, because we have set a different condition that when a person tries to exit the website, the pop-up should be shown. Now let me try to exit the website. Now as you can see, when I try to exit the website, I get this pop-up. Now for some reason my computer is working slow today. I don't know why. That's why you saw that glitch. Okay, so this pop-up is showing. So when you just enter your email address, click on get, you will see that thing. Alright, so this is working. This is really working, and this is looking awesome. So this is how you simply import a template, and you can simply use this thing. Now let me show you how you can do it manually from scratch. So let me cut all these things. Let me go to my dashboard. Now let's do one thing. Let's click on Jet Pop-up. Now we have this thing, as you can see over here. Now first let me just delete this thing, because that condition was applied. We want to create a new pop-up. So I'll click on add new pop-up. Let's give it a name, demo pop-up 1, and click on edit with Elementor. Alright guys, so this is the screen that you will see. Now we'll have to do for few settings first. First of all, we'll have to set the width that we want. So we can click on this gear icon for settings and go to style, and let's set the width to maybe 600. Alright, so I'm setting this to 600. Now let me first show you a pop-up that I'm trying to copy. Okay, so let me open that. Alright guys, so this is the pop-up that I'm trying to copy. I'm trying to create a very similar pop-up over here. Okay, but obviously we have this thing, you can simply import it. But if you don't want to import it, you can create and follow my steps and create this one. Okay, so we have this thing set, the width set. Now when you scroll down, you'll have other styles, padding, margin, and border radius. Make padding all 0. So simply type in padding 0, everything will be 0. Make margin also 0, type in 0, and everything will be 0. Then after that we have border radius. Now let me show you what this is. If you see before this, all our corners are very sharp. As you can see, this is a pure rectangle. As you can see, this whole section. Now when I add some number, for example 50, now as you can see, the corners are now rounded. Okay, so this is what it does. I don't want to make it this much. I simply want to add 10. Now as you can see, the corners are a little bit rounded. So this is how I want it. Alright, so we have the basic things set up, the width, padding, margin, and radius. Now let me do one thing. Let me click on this, and you'll see this section. Now let me drag this inner section over here, because we need 2 columns. As you can see over here, we have an image and we have few text over here. So in one column we'll add this image, and in another column we'll add all these things. Okay, now let me come back over here. In the first column we simply want the image, so I'll click on over here, I'll drag this image. Now I'll decrease this column width, so I'll make this image section as maybe 35. Alright, and this section as 65. Alright, now select this image, and obviously we don't have this image, so it's quite easy to create this kind of images. What you can do, this kind of icon type of images, you can simply open a new tab, type in icons8.com. It's an excellent website, free website. So let me show you how you can use this. So this is an envelope icon, as you can see. So what you can do, you can come over here, type in envelope. Now as you can see, we have so many different icons, and we want to use this one, closed envelope. Select this thing and click on this PNG and enable this, download multiple sizes, and now enable 512, because we want to download this in 512 pixels. Okay, and you can also enable 64 pixels. It's all up to you. It's a free thing. If you want to change the color, you can simply click on over here and you can change the color. For example, if you want to change this green color to something else, you can select that green color and you can put some red color or something, but I don't want to do that. I think this looks quite good. I was just showing you that you can do this. Now click on save, click on download. It will download a zip file for you. Now as you can see, a zip file. Let's open this file. Now you'll see two images over here. So I'll select the second one because I need only the second image, the 512 image. Extract this to your desktop and click on OK. Now cancel this, come back over here. Now click on this thing to choose an image, upload file, select files and select the image on your desktop. This is the one. Select this, click on open. Now click on insert media. Now we have this image right over here. So this is looking nice. Now let's add this text. Subscribe to our newsletter. Alright. So for this, what we'll do is we'll use something called headline. You can simply search from here, but let me show you where you'll find it. When you scroll at the bottom, you'll see Jet Elements. This is because of the plugin that we have just installed, Jet Elements plugin. These are all the elements that come with that plugin. So in this, we have to use the headline one, which is, let me show you, which is over here, headline. Okay. So drag this thing under column 2. Now let me see the text. So our first text is subscribe to, our second text is our newsletter, and we don't have any icons used. So first text is subscribe to, and the second text is our newsletter. So I'll simply copy and paste it over here. Alright, now we can click on decorative element and we can disable the icon. We don't want this icon, so I'll select none. Now we can go to style to style these things. Okay, so as you can see, the style is quite simple. We have this text at the top, we have this text at the bottom. Everything is nice, clean font. Let's do that. Okay, so we don't want the horizontal style, we want the vertical style. So when you select vertical style, you can see this is how it looks. Now let me do one thing. Let me change the typography. So I'll select the first part, which is this subscribe to part. I'll go to typography. I'll change the font family to Montserrat. Change the text size to 30 pixels and I'll just increase the weight to 700 pixels, right? Now we also need to change the color to white. As you can see here, the color is white, but I am not doing that right now because the background is white. If I change the color to white, this will disappear. So we'll do that later on. Now minimize this and maximize this second part. Do the same thing, change the typography to Montserrat. And for font size, let's increase this to 35 and make the weight as 700. Now as you can see, this is also looking quite good. Now if you see the difference, the gap between the first and the second text is not that much over here. But in this example, the gap is a lot. So what I'll do is I'll select the second part just to reduce this gap. I'll go to margin, I'll delink this. So I'll click on this and this will make everything 0. Now I'll select top and I'll put 10, and just before 10 I'll put a minus sign. Okay, so I'll add minus 10 in the top margin. Now as you can see, the amount of space between the two text is now decreased, and I think this looks much better. Now after this, we need to add this simple text. If you want, you can add it. If you don't want to add it, you can simply leave it. It's just a simple text, so I'm not adding that right now. Now let me add this thing, this simple and nice beautiful input. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is we'll search for something called subscribe. Okay, this is also included in the Jet Elements Jet blocks. Okay, so search for subscribe, you'll see this element. Bring this under this text. This is how it will look. Now let's change the style of this one. All right, so for the first thing that we need to do is we need to change this subscribe text to join, because that button was looking quite big and here the button is quite small. It says join and this says enter your email. All right, so instead of a placeholder email, I'll type in enter your email. All right, looking much better. Now let's click on settings. Again, you can do the same things. If you want to redirect this, you can redirect it. If you want to target a particular MailChimp list ID, you can do that over here. Now let's go to style and let's change few style options from here. The first thing is layout, which is inline, which is fine. Now the second thing is width. What should be the width for this one? Now I don't want to change this to anything. I think this is looking better. I don't want to do any changes over here. What I'll do is I'll simply select this second one, which is the input, this one, because I think the input is not aligned at the center. So what I'll do is I'll select the margin. I'll delink this margin. I'll add 4 pixels top margin. Alright, not on the input. I'm sorry, delete this input, not on the input, on this submit button, because I want to, drag this submit button a little bit down. So I'll select this margin, make it just delink this and add 4 pixels top. Now as you can see, it has come down a little bit and this is now aligned at the center. Now let me change the color of this button. This is blue. I want something like this kind of green color. So I'll select the background color and I'll type in 4ABC96. I'll get this this kind of color. This is the exact same color. Okay, this is looking much better. Now after that, we have at the bottom no thanks. When you click on that, it will cut this or cancel this pop-up. Okay, so that is actually a close button, but it is in in just simple text. So let me add that as well. I'll click on this back button. Now here you have to search for close button, or maybe not close button. I think it is called pop-up action button. Search for pop-up action button. Drag this just below this input. Now this is how it will look. First of all, we want to change the button text to no thanks. Now after that, we have to go to style and we have to change few more things. Alright. First of all, what we need to do is we need to decrease this padding. So I'll type in 0 padding. This is how it is looking, but we want simple text. We don't want that ugly blue color in the background. So what I'll do is I'll select the background color. I'll drag this second thing at the bottom. It will make it transparent. It will just disappear. Now obviously, because the text color is white, everything is disappeared. Now what I'll do is I'll just add a color in the background, this kind of color, so that we can change this text color and so that this no thanks text can be visible. Okay, so I'll select this thing at the top, this column settings, go to style, go to background type, and let's add this color in the background. So this color that you see, this purple type of color, for this the code is 933AFE. Now as you can see, the exact same color, and we can also see the no thanks button over here. Now let's change all the color to white. So select the first part, change the text color to white, select the second part, change the text color to white. Alright, looking quite good. Now few more things are left. If you see this cut color, this X button over here at the top, this close button, we need to do some changes to that one. Now, and also if you see this background thing, we need to add some different kind of color in the background overlay. I'll explain you what that overlay does. Okay, so first let me change this close button style. So I'll click on this gear icon, go to style, just disable this or just simply minimize the pop-up container, open the close button. And do you want the close button? Yes, we want. And what is the icon? X, which is fine. Now click on this icon transform, because we want to change the location of this button, and I want to drag this to maybe something like this, -15x, and for Y I want it a little bit down, maybe my same 15 or 17, something like that. Okay, now as you can see, the button is over here. Now I don't want any background color. I simply want the white X icon. Okay, so I'll click on this icon styles, go to let me see the background color. Font color is over here. Do we have any background color? Here it is, background type. Select this thing, select color, and drag this thing at the bottom. It will make the color as transparent, and this is how it will look. Now what we have to do is we have to add some color to the rest of the page, which is the overlay. So minimize the close button and click on pop-up overlay. Select this color, background type color, and add this kind of color. Now this will make all blue, so I want to decrease this transparency. Now click on publish. So what this overlay will do is whenever you visit this page in a new incognito window or on your website, when this pop-up will show, rest of the page will be under this overlay. I'll show you what that means when we see this on a website, on a live website. Okay, now let me do few ending settings. Let me do few settings just to finish this. So I'll click on this settings again, go to settings and go to settings again and change the animation to maybe zoom out. This is looking better. Now I just want to show this once. I don't want this to be showing again and again. And for the open event, I want this to show when someone tries to exit. Okay. Now for conditions, I want this to show on entire website. Let me click on update. Let me copy this website URL and open this in a new incognito window. Alright, so the page is almost, it is completely loaded. Now as you can see, when I scroll up and down, nothing happens. Let me try to exit this page. Now as you can see, when I try to exit this page, I get this pop-up and you can see this blue type of overlay throughout the website. As you can see, when I cut this thing, that overlay is gone. So that is what it does. Alright guys, so this is this was the video on how you can add those pop-ups. I think those pop-ups are really useful because you can add these to generate more to get more email addresses, and you can use those email addresses to increase sales, to promote your product, or just do some affiliate marketing. You can just promote your affiliate links through email marketing. That is really useful. Okay, I'll be making more videos on CrocoBlock because I think this is really cool. There is a lot of things that we can make video on. There was jet blogs. There is a lot of important blogs I think that can be really useful. Okay, so you can expect more CrocoBlock videos in the future. So this is it for this video. I wanted to make it short, but I think this became quite long. But whoever is watching till the end, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoy this video, give a thumbs up to this video. If you have any doubt, suggestions for me, you can leave them in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching guys. See you soon.